I was approached through Bruce in Canada about Mr. Du. We sat down and had a very, very general conversation about this dream that Mr. Du had. And obviously, with my reach that I've had on a global basis about not just from what the game of golf has given me, but what business has given me, part of my responsibility is to see the game of golf grow. Obviously, if the game of golf grows, my business grows. If the game of golf grows, Pacific Links Hawaii grows, Pacific Links International grows. But at the same time, it's the responsibility of giving back to the Champions Tour. But here we are here today. We're here to talk about Pacific Links Hawaii, the tournament in September. I'm extremely proud of it, like I said in the beginning. I think there's a huge opportunity. This is just the start. There's a great saying, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. And this journey is a single step as we had here today. So Hawaii is a destination number one, right? Whether it's a destination for golf or whether a destination for tourism. I've been around long enough for 35, nearly 40 years in the game of golf. When we saw the boom of the Japanese in the game of golf in the early 80s, mid 80s, we were the big benefactors of that in Australia. At the same time was what was happening here in Hawaii back then. So we've seen this change taking place. Change with the culture of what's happened with the game of golf in the Olympics, for one. It was a huge catalyst to promote and stimulate the game of golf through South America, through third world countries. I just came from Vietnam not 20 hours ago and see the growth and the development of the game of golf in Vietnam and the Philippines. Now China's no different. So Hawaii, in a lot of ways, being that hub. It's been the Asia-Pacific hub of growth and development, not only through tourism, but through golf in general. There's millions and millions and millions of golfers out there, and as we expand into China, and we see the tremendous opportunity in China once the moratorium is understood, and Mr. Du, I think, was ahead of his time, understanding the moratorium would come into China, so the Chinese have to have a place to go, have an opportunity to play. So again, he thought into the future. If we all think into the future with China, just 20, 25 years from now, I think no question about it, the East will overtake the West in the popularity of the game of golf. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a period, maybe a generation to wash through, but it definitely will happen. And then you can move a little bit west into India, and then keep going west right through the Eastern Europe zone and into Europe. So you've got to be a big believer in your dreams, and there's no question about it. Hawaii's been, like I said, Hawaii's been the center of this for so many decades, and it should remain the center of this for many more decades to come. The culture of Hawaii really dictates that, whether it's Koreans or whether it's Japanese or whether it's Hawaiians or whether it's, expats from Australia. The culture here is really a solid base of foundation where you can actually work off of that. And having the LPGA Tour event back here is fantastic to see that. Because people, obviously, big corporations, forget my, Lotto, is it? Lotte? Lotte is, they obviously understand the market. And where people really are not talking enough about is the exposure through television. When you think about what we can do here in September, which is a down market, right, in the golf and the Champions Tour, all of a sudden you got the Golf Channel dying for content. You're going to be beaming out to maybe hundreds of millions of people on a worldwide basis. So these corporations see that. They see the opportunity of having that. And when you have a medium like the Golf Channel that's 24/7, 52 weeks a year, you've got great content here. And Hawaii, like I said before, is a great catalyst for that content. Here's a brand new event. The Champions Tour had nada, zero, zip in September. So, from a player's perspective, I know I've already got a couple of emails from players saying thank you for getting this tournament here because they want to play. These guys sometimes don't have an annuity in life because they need to play golf to, prepare themselves for later on in life. I've been one of the fortunate ones who've played golf, done very well in business, so I can move on and not worry about having to be in playing golf course week in, week out or tournament play. So I know I can stand here saying that my emails are going to be ringing off the hook from a lot of the players saying thank you for my company and for Pacific Links for stepping up to the plate. So when you think, a whole month without a tournament, and now we actually slotted one in right in the middle, the players are going to be, like I said, hugely thankful for it. Look, I wouldn't be at all surprised if you see all of them coming over here, because at the end of the day, September is a quiet month. All the major championships, the senior majors, are pretty much wrapped up, and so when you get to the middle of August and looking into October, getting ready for the Charles Schwab Cup, the final, they're all looking. Those guys sitting on the fence are looking for points, and then the guys who are playing well, they want to keep playing well leading into the finals. So. Just looking from a player's perspective, I wouldn't be at all surprised if you have a tremendously strong field here. Mike gave me this. I'm going to read this, and I can't read it because of fine print, and it's from, what's her name? Alahi Paki? Yeah. So it's all about aloha. It's all about the meaning and the spirit of Hawaii. I know what it's all been before because I've been here and experienced it many, many times. But that's what it's all about. The people have great hearts here, have great spirits here. They're very, very proud of their archipelagos. And, like for myself, like I said before, I'm very, very fortunate to be just a little part of it.
Thank you, Mr. Norman. And Danny, I think you can rest assured with Micah Kane as the head of this organization, there will be plenty of Hawaiiana to go around.
Thank you.
We want to invite everybody to go into lunch. Just some final more comments, Mr. Norman. Thank you very much.
She's here. If we could give her a round of applause, please.
Not so much about the tournament, but more so about the vision and what he's going to bring to Pacific Links Hawai'i.
Yeah, as an Australian, comes through Hawaii.